NathanIvy.com. Mr. Ivy know the show must go on. And far as Cincinnati, man, I put on. Tunes made another flame beat for me to cook on. Raised arms, closed fists, yeah, too strong. Team NI, chop it up at the chop shop. Top notch with the king flow, the hot shot. Cop squats in, listen to the real, jumping like hopscotch. Nobody harder than, oh, no, think not. Not only citywide, but nationwide. Superlative, keep it locked like them Haitian guys. Put the truth in the airwaves, we talk about it. Brand new like the templates, let's be about it. Who got the info by the AM? John O. B. the rapper, got them jamming when they play him. Staying in my lane, they ain't gotta okay him. Who the host with the scoop? Yeah, they gon' say him. Ivy, so superlative like a bag of Grippos. Show you where the bricks at, Cincinnati red tag. One time where my people at. Team NI, where my people at. It's the 513, yeah, you know the flow. What's the word, Nate? Let them know the show. One time where my people at. Team NI, where my people at.
Welcome back. Come on back. Hey, good morning to you. 513-873-7134. That is my number. If you'd like to give me a call this morning, my name is Nathan Ivy, and I'm broadcasting live from beautiful Cincinnati. And it's a beautiful, chilly day in the city of Cincinnati. Ooh, brr. It's cold. It's beard time. All you grown men with beards out there. Grown men should have beards. Hairless man. What is that all about? Good morning to you. Good morning. Come on in. I've got a stream up on Periscope. If you're into that kind of thing, I just got a static image up. It's like the profile, but you can listen to the show. And I'll put up the video link and you can look inside the studio. Why would you want to look at this face? I don't know. But if that's what you like to do, I'll add some graphics that will accentuate and punctuate a few of my points. So if you're visually stimulated, you might want to check that out. Good morning to you. You can find it on Periscope, Nathan Ivy on Twitter. And where else are we streaming? On YouTube as well. You can check it out. Good morning to you. 513-873-7134. So this morning I want to talk about this whole Trump impeachment thing, give you a few thoughts. I've got an understanding of what the F is going on here. It's all very complicated, it seems. Nancy Pelosi, of course, the big news politically on the national level is that Nancy Pelosi has now opened up an inquiry. And these damn Democrats, man, are they passive aggressive or what? Are we going to impeach them or not? If that's what they're going to do, let's get to it. And the Dems, they wanted to get Trump with the Mueller report, but Trump was able to use his influence to basically wiggle off of the hook. You know what I'm saying? Didn't really work. So now it appears that Trump is once again trying to work with foreign powers against his domestic enemies or political opponents, I guess is the best way of putting it. Trying to get the Ukraine to help out with Biden. I mean, I believe all of it. This is what Trump does. I believe all of the allegations. But will it stick? We shall find out. Do you think the Democrats were going to go through this whole term with no impeachment at all? Yeah, how many people feel like this is a good idea? Like you just knew that the Democrats had impeachment in their back pocket the whole time, right? And now they're going to use it on this, so we'll find out. 513-873-7134. And I want to share 3 woke moves that every black man should consider. You may not do it, but you should consider it. Just advice from me to you, to the brothers. Advice to the brothers, that's it. Along the way, I want to give you updates on everything that happened locally. We'll kick it off there for the first hour. Speaking of which, at 9 a.m. this morning, I'm scheduled to be joined by someone from Queens Village. Jocelyn from Queens Village is scheduled to give us a call this morning at 9 a.m. and talk about the work that they're doing. Very important work. Very important work. That's at 9 a.m. this morning. I've got a couple fillers here or there. I won't put any names out there for potential interviews this morning. I haven't got any words back, so we shall see. I won't share. Could be interesting. It is, it's all political stuff, all local political stuff. Speaking of local political stuff, I got an invite to the presidential debate, and I'm like 90% there. So that'll be some interesting insight for you, my listeners. I'll take you wherever I can go, you know, just like I did when I went to with all these events. As far as I can go, that's where I'm going. I'm going to stress the limits of the media. Okay, if I can get in the front row, I'm going to get in the front row. If I can get behind the curtain, I'm going to get behind the goddamn curtain. Okay, I'll be your eyes and ears at the next presidential debate up at, is that Otterbein? I think it is. I've never been there before, but I will be there soon. Looking forward to it. Yes, looking forward to it. That's right. You see a large black man showing his ass, making a scene. That'll be me. You know what I'm saying? I might just have the wifey. I don't know. I might go white boy with it. Have the wifey spray paint. It's got to be, because I'm like a brown skinned brother, so it's got to be a lighter text. Get to the choppers on my bare back. I streak down the middle. No, I won't be doing that. Won't be doing that. But I do plan to be there. I'm 90% there. Just got to make sure that you know I can move something around. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to stretch the limits of media. If I can get a question in, I'm going to get a question in. If I can go to the swanky after post party, I'm going to the swanky after post party. And I'm taking you with me via Facebook Live. So get ready for it. Get ready for it. Remember what happened when I went to 2016 RNC? I still got that image, man. Somebody told me that was a Pulitzer Prize winning photograph. A member of the media told me that. I took an image at the RNC. Everybody's looking at Trump, right? And there's one security officer who's looking right at me. He's looking right at me, trying to intimidate me. They didn't like what I had to say. Trump was up there talking bullshit. Easy. Bull easy. Got to remember the children are listening. Bull, you know what? And I had to speak my mind. It was a lot of fun. 513-873-7134 if you'd like to share your thoughts. Now, I can't see everything. You are my eyes and ears. I can't be everywhere. If things have been happening, if there are interesting things that you did not hear me bring up that you think are worthy of a conversation, hey, I may have already read about it. I may be hip to it, or at the very least, we can get hip together in real time. So you can join the Chop Shop and you can interact with this motley crew of all very good people. And don't be shy. Don't be shy. There is no initiation, but it's just, you know, how people can be. And you can drop links and or interact, and I may read your comments, or you can join Facebook and you can join the friends who like the Nathan Ivey Show. It's a closed group at this point. And a lot of the folks from the show will post things in there and interact as well. And I go there every day. Sometimes I read straight verbatim from there. Just read headlines and flow. I know what I'm doing. Morning to you. 8:15 a.m. We're rocking till at least 10 this morning. And then I've got to move on. Numerous things going on. I'm taping a pilot for a brand new podcast tonight. And this will be after I go see Sean King. Sean King is going to be at the Freedom Center tonight. I've already got my ticket. Again, I'm going to stretch the boundaries of media. If I can get an interview with Sean King, I will get an interview with Sean King. If I cannot, I cannot. But I will test the boundaries and the limits of common sense and media to try to give you the inside track. And Sean King is under a lot of scrutiny. It was just, 2 weeks ago that you had another very prominent millennial social justice activist that was going super hard at Sean King, calling him a fraud. Will that come up? Will anybody ask that question? You know, I'll ask that fucking question because it makes no difference. You know, excuse me, my language. Excuse me. Get myself together here. But, I will ask that question. But a lot of people support Sean King. A lot of people think that Sean King is doing a great job. But I'm interested in hearing what he has to say tonight. Then I'll be taping a podcast. We're going to call this podcast a reboot. Now, some of you might remember that many years ago when I started in radio, I didn't start alone. I was a part of a crew. And it was myself, my partner, Mason Jamal, and Blackbird. We were ahead of our time. We was the Breakfast Club before the Breakfast Club, locally, in terms of like politics and shit that was going on here in the city and around the nation. Excuse my language. Well, we're going to reboot that. They're bringing everything back now. The Bad Boys coming back, Bad Boys 3. I'm reading that they're doing a reboot of a couple things. One, New Jack City. That's right, you get a New Jack City reboot real soon. So why not Jamal and Iverson? Why not? So I'll be recording the first episode of that later on today. Then tomorrow, in the evening, recording what will be the second pilot. Could be, we'll see how it sounds, of a very exciting podcast, Local Voices. And then, of course, on Friday, Is It Just Me with Donnie B. Donnie B is going to be talking about numerous things, not the least of which is she's doing a deep dive on Amber Geiger. And if you want to follow Donnie B directly, you can do so. She's got a Facebook group. It's called the Is It Just Me podcast Facebook group. And she's always posting there if you want to be connected with her. And she's going super hard about this Amber Geiger situation. Of course, Amber Geiger is the white female. Have you noticed how she looks different? Is that her natural hair color? Now now she's blonde. I mean, those initial images, man, she was looking like a heroin addict. She came into court this week, man. Somebody got her together. But anyway, so Amber Geiger was a Dallas police officer who returned home after, I think she did like a 17-hour shift. And she walks into her apartment and she notices that somebody's in there. There's somebody in there. You don't know who that's going to be. It could be a rapist or whatever. What would you do, ladies? You come home, you got a weapon on you because you joined the Nathan Ivey CCW class, okay? That's August the 13th, everybody. So you got your weapon, you got your concealed and carry, you've been taught, you've been on target practice, you ready to go, you walk in the house, somebody's in your house. What are you going to do? You're going to wait and ask them questions? You're going to get on your knees and pray to Jesus? Oh, Jesus, please save me. Or you're going to pull out what you got and handle what you got to do. I know what you're going to do, right? That's what Amber Geiger did. The only problem is that she wasn't in her apartment. She literally had walked into the apartment of a black man who was basically startled from his sleep. His name was Botham Jean. By all accounts, he was an upstanding member of society. Brother was going places. He loved his mama and his mama loved him. And she shot this man. She shot and killed this man. And then she claimed basically that it was a mistake. Well, you know what, honey? People make mistakes all the time and you got to pay for them. Happens all the time. You ever got a speeding ticket? Guess what? It was probably a mistake. Like maybe you didn't realize you were speeding or you were speeding longer than you thought you were, or maybe you were just speeding, but it was a mistake. That's what she's claiming. Donnie B is going to do a deep dive on Friday. She's also going to talk about the case of these officers, man. We always talk about these officers. Here we go again. This officer in Florida arrests 2 children, a 6-year-old. Oh, you got to go, homie. You got to go. She's going to take a deep dive on that on Friday at 12:30 p.m. Check it out via Facebook, the Is It Just Me podcast group, and also Send Digital Media. And if you're not in a space where you can watch it, you can listen live on Spreaker or on TuneIn. Those are 2 applications where you can listen to live streaming audio. And, of course, you can listen to whatever we're producing at Send Digital Media on both of those apps. That's Friday. So it's a lot going on. 513-873-7134. Say it again. Good morning to everybody. I'm glad you're here. Come on in. Come on in. Let's talk. Let's talk. So the Democrats are going super hard with the whole impeachment thing. I don't know. For whatever reason, this whole impeachment thing with him is just not really. I ain't really all charged up about it. Maybe it's because, and I didn't really get charged. I didn't get too charged up about the whole Mueller thing. I knew that Mueller was never going to come out with like a smoking gun and recommend charges. That wasn't his mandate. Mueller did not have the same latitude as, Ken Starr? Ken Starr was I think he was a special, right? And it was something different here, which meant that he was beyond the confines of the Department of Justice. However, Mueller was within the confines of whatever the Department of Justice rules and regulations were. Big difference. So I knew that basically Mueller was his hands were tied from the beginning. It was clearly stated. All that stuff, all that, what's Mueller? That was nothing but a game. It's nothing more than a game. Nothing more than a game. But how do you feel now that the Democrats are saying, looks like they're going to open an inquiry? An inquiry. And what does that mean? That means what people are going to sit around, see if they can come up with some evidence into impeachment for Donald Trump. So how do you feel about this? Do you feel that do you think that the Democrats should put an effort into defeating Donald Trump at the polls in 2020? Or should they put an effort into trying to impeachment? Or does it not really matter because they actually inform one another? They're one and the same. What's your take on it? People are saying that Trump's explanations are all over the map. And from what I've read, that's the way I would describe it that way as well, to put it very nicely. So just yesterday, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, announced an official impeachment investigation of Donald Trump. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and I'm giving you facts. Okay, let me see if I can pull some audio in here for you and we can hear from Pelosi herself. Okay. All right, let me pull back here. Hold on one second. We'll run this back.
The anniversary of the adoption of the Constitution on September 17th. Sadly, on that day, the Intelligence Community Inspector General formally notified the Congress that the administration was forbidding him from turning over a whistleblower complaint on Constitution Day. This is a violation of law. Shortly thereafter, press reports began to break of a phone call by the President of the United States calling upon a foreign power to intervene in his election. This is a breach of his constitutional responsibilities. The facts are these. The Intelligence Community Inspector General, who was appointed by President Trump, determined that the complaint is both of urgent concern and credible. On Thursday, the Inspector General testified before the House Intelligence Committee stating that the acting Director of National Intelligence blocked him from disclosing the whistleblower complaint. This is a violation of law. This Thursday, the acting DNI will appear before the House Intelligence Committee. At that time, he must turn over the whistleblower's full complaint to the committee. He will have to choose whether to break the law or honor his responsibility to the Constitution. For the past several months, we have been investigating in our committees and litigating in the courts, so the House can gather all the relevant facts and consider whether to exercise its full Article I powers, including a constitutional power of the utmost gravity, approval of articles of impeachment. This week, the President has admitted to asking the President of Ukraine to take actions which would benefit him politically. The actions of the Trump presidency revealed the dishonorable fact of the President's betrayal of his oath of office, betrayal of our national security, and betrayal of the integrity of our elections. Therefore, today, I'm announcing the House of Representatives moving forward with an official impeachment inquiry. I'm directing our 6 committees to proceed with their investigations under that umbrella of impeachment inquiry. The President must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
So we get it. The President must be held accountable and no one is above the law. See, the choppers that chopping it up already just got straight to the point. Is this a waste of time? I guess let's just water it all down. I mean, is this worth it? all this effort into impeachment, or is this a part of the political process running up to 2020? If you flip it and Obama was in office, what would the Republicans be doing? What did the Republicans do? I mean, when Obama was in office, man, it was running 24-hour nonsense. It was 24/7 propaganda. Hillary, Benghazi, emails, going after what they called Obamacare, ACA. It was nonstop propaganda. And it seemed to work, right? I mean, when the Republicans play these games, it seems to work. Or is it bigger than that? It's not about Democrats and Republicans. It's about the process and the people. Are the people going to be served through this process? I'd like to get your thoughts on it. 513-873-7134. So here we go. Impeachment, huh? Well, I guess there's a reason why the great slave owners, the almighty white fathers of America, founders of the United States, when they created this government, they also created a process called impeachment so you can get rid of somebody if they got too big for the situation, I guess. Impeachment, how does it work exactly? And one of the biggest misconceptions about impeachment is that people think that it directly refers to the removal of the president from office. What it in fact refers to is the bringing of charges. So when people say, well, Bill Clinton was impeached, he was impeached, but he remained in office. Again, 513-873-7134 if you like to share your thoughts. So historically, the House Judiciary Committee has led impeachment investigations. But the Democratic Party or whatever party that's in charge can opt out and select a hand-picked committee to lead the charge if they decide to do so. I don't know if it gets to that point where the Democrats might decide. A simple majority of the 435 members of the House of Representatives is all it takes to bring the charges, the articles of impeachment, right? And they'll move it to the U.S. Senate. So this moves forward. I'm kind of walking you through the process of impeachment. I know refreshing the brains of a lot of you folks, but just, even for myself, just kind of sharpening it as we get ready for this whole conversation. I want you to know what the process is. This is the process. A simple majority of the House and its 435 members can move it to the U.S. Senate. That's the upper chamber. And that's the chamber that will ultimately decide and determine the president's guilt. Now, if you look at the current makeup of Congress, which is the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate, right now, the Democrats have a majority in the House. And the Republicans have a majority in the Senate. So what do you think may happen if it goes that far? I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll see. We'll find out, maybe. We'll find out. Let's go straight to the phones. Good morning. Glenn, what's up, man?
What's going on, Nate?
I'm doing great. Doing great, man. Welcome.
Can you hear me well?
I hear you perfectly.
Okay, man. 'Cause, it's like the first day of school for me, Nate. I got on the new Levi's with the fresh crease down the middle and everything.
Oh, really? Huh? You enjoying this?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm getting a lot of feedback, Nate.
Was there feedback when you first got on the air, or is it just starting now?
No, when I first got on the air, it was perfect.
Okay. All right. Well, how about that?
Let me see.
Should be good.
Yeah. Let me say this, Nate. You asked a great question when you said, what would have happened had this been Barack Obama? Very salient question that I wish that many inside the chop shop would go ahead and answer. Because I already see, Nate, people playing the, well, this is going to be a waste of time thing. And before, damn, Nate, I'm getting that feedback again.
Are you? Let me see here. I'm not sure what that is. How about that?
Let me see. Yeah, that's even more.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like as soon as I say something, a couple seconds later, I can hear myself. And it's like loud.
I'll tell you what, hang up, call me right back. Let's try that.
Okay,
So we can
absolutely.
reset
Okay.
it. Yeah. Old school, Nintendo. You just take the cartridge out, blow into it, put it right back in. Very scientific. We're in a very scientific, technically savvy operation here. That's all you got to do. It works sometime. I know it sounds crazy, but it works sometime. I'm wondering, hold on here. I'm wondering if, okay, thank you, Mace. Appreciate that, man. If you're listening this morning. Appreciate it. You're looking forward to it. All right, we got Glenn calling back in, and that rhymes, so it should work out this time. That rhymes too. I'm on a roll. What's up, Glenn? I'm doing well.
The crimes, obvious crimes that this president has committed, what would ever Republicans have done? And we talked about it, it seemed like forever. You know, the Democrats not being as dirty or as raw or as ready to go get it as Republicans. So when they finally get whatever, you know, gonads that Nancy decided to have, and I have an answer for that, to write up articles of impeachment, now people are talking about it a waste of time. And like I said in the chop shop, Nate, what set are they claiming? I'm trying to figure out, are you trying to defend Donald Trump now? Or are you mad at the Democrats because it took so long? Or are you just mad because what? You're talking about a waste of time and a waste of money when you didn't give a god, you know what, about the government wasting money on investigations. So you can just throw that sorry ass excuse on out the window. We're not having it today, man. It's not going to happen. It's like yesterday when Drop called in, he tried to play the Barack Obama and the auto bailout, and I put into the chop shop the link where it shows that the auto bailout actually happened before Barack Obama took office. Because, Nate, if you remember, they wanted Barack Obama to come into office and take over like right away, like, oh, the last guy effed up so bad that we kind of need someone with some confidence in office. You remember that time, don't you, Nate?
Absolutely.
And that was the sentiment, wasn't it, Nate?
Absolutely it was. Baby Bush had to go.
And it had to go. Had to go. But again, and this is what I said in the Facebook Friends page yesterday. What happened, I believe it was Monday night, a group of freshman congressmen, Democrats from what they would consider red districts. They were former intelligence people. Some of them were in the former intelligence community. They were also former military. So when the news came out about Ukraine, they wrote an op-ed saying, hey, this is something that's beyond the pale. And what was significant about it, Nate, is because, again, these are coming from those quote-unquote purple districts, those red districts or whatever. And the fear was, and I know you, Nate, because you follow politics, the fear was that Nancy was refusing to go in and try for impeachment because she was worried about those swing districts, as they call it, that might get upset, and those freshman Democrats who came in during the 2018 election might be swept out during the presidential election. That was the fear back then. You know that sentiment was out there, Nate. Am I lying or flying?
No, you're definitely flying on that.
Okay, so when they did that, and then to go along with what's going on now, and the more the information that we're getting about Ukraine, that's when she decided to write the articles of impeachment. And let me also say this, Nate, or issue articles of impeachment. The difference between what happened with Robert Mueller and what's happening now is that when Robert Mueller put out his report, Nate, it's pretty much we knew everything, didn't we? What we thought, everything that was in the Mueller report, even the contention about the 10 points about obstruction of justice. We really knew everything about that. We didn't know anything about what's happening with Ukraine and Donald Trump asking him 8 times to do something about starting an investigation about Joe Biden's son until this week. All this stuff has happened with what? The last 5 days? This is all new to us. And see, what we're finding out, Nate, is that when the whistleblower lodged this complaint, they didn't follow the proper steps. Proper steps, Nate, that honestly are illegal. Like you're supposed to, as the DNI, go to Congress. They skipped that. The Inspector General lodged a complaint. He went to DNI. DNI went straight to the White House, to the Justice Department, instead of going to Congress. And that's where she kind of got him by the short hairs. Now, I know this is all, political, geeky world for a lot of people out there, but those are the facts. So when other people call in and try to, throw out some BS like Drop, I'm sure he's out there waiting to call in. You let them know that those aren't the facts, and you let them know what's really going on. Now, I follow this stuff. I follow this stuff as religiously as some people watch ESPN or listen to hip-hop music. So they can't pass that BS by me. And let me say this, Nate, and I got respect for my elders, but I listened to John yesterday, and I didn't hear, but I heard it through the grapevine that he, challenged me. Now, as John, we know he's a great author, and he's the world's most uninteresting man. But, John, yesterday you said that you would take the advice over the corporations instead of the unions. Isn't that exactly what he said, Nate?
That is what he said, yes.
And he's a Elizabeth Warren supporter. So I submit to the court, Judge Ivey, that is as Exhibit A. Exhibit B would be the fact that as much as you talk about politics, John, and again, with all due respect to you, when you went inside the voting booth last time, John, when you finally decided to vote, you wrote in Zorro. So you wasted your time. You talk about a waste of time and a waste of money. You wasted your gas money to drive to the polls. You wasted time sitting in line like you're waiting outside for a roller coaster. And you went in there and voted, and you wrote in Zorro. So, John, I'll take the debate, and I'll take it from anybody. I will. So I just had to get that out there. Nate, I got to start working, man. And I got more, but I know people want to get in. I haven't checked the chop shot. I know it's rolling, but you know what I say. In the end, man, I hope they just getting what I'm spitting. I appreciate you taking my call, brother.
Thank you for making the call. We'll go ahead and rack them. We're off to a good start this morning. You know what? We haven't had any of the lady choppers call in. I guess we have not hit a topic that has compelled any of the lady choppers to call in some time. I can't remember. Man, was it Tracy perhaps? Your voices and your rationale is desperately needed. 513-873-7134. The ladies got the most sense. Some of the time. You know that. It's fair to say. Again, open your mind before you open your mouth. I've been running that tag for a while. 20-year tag right there. Good morning. Good morning. Who is this? I think it's my good buddy Black Lion. I think that's who's giving me a call here. Let's see what he's got going on. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
What's up, bro? What it do?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm pretty fair. Come to talk on you. Did I just hear Glenn say he'd debate anybody?
That is what he said.
Because he didn't say that shit when I kept calling him out. He didn't say none of that shit, Nate. Anyway, let's move on.
Nate, you can't debate nobody, man. You can't handle having no kind of conversation with nobody without losing your top, especially on the radio. You already know that.
Okay. I'm still waiting on you to get your ass out of Cincinnati doing this radio stick you've been doing for 20 years, still stuck in Cincinnati. Say that shit, bruh. Let's move on.
Stuck?
Do you
What
really
makes you think I'm stuck? I don't feel
Trump,
stuck. This is where I want to be.
You don't feel stuck?
Yeah, man, I
That's
love
where you wanna
Cincinnati. My
be.
family's here.
Sad ass case, bruh.
See, that's what's happening, brother. You're projecting. I hate it when you call in projecting that BS, man. I'm not stuck. You must feel stuck. Is that how you feel? You feel stuck? You feel stuck, Black Lion?
You got the mute on? Did you take the mute off?
Do you feel stuck?
No, I just told you, but you had the mute on.
Oh,
I
okay.
done left Cincinnati without even leaving.
Oh, have you?
Still stuck here.
How'd you do that?
Glenn.
How did you do that?
What you mean? How did I do that? Via internet, baby. Phone calls. World famous. I've been around the world on this phone. I've been around the world on several phones and laptops and computers. I've had debates in various countries.
Well, that's special. Anything else, man?
My name is known throughout the world, bruh.
That's special. That's very special.
Not just Glenn from Mason and Tonika, bruh. I left Cincinnati.
I said that's special. What else the hell you want? You want a medal?
I know it's special.
I said
know
it's special. That's all you got
I
coming.
like
Can
it
we
when
move
I go
on?
somewhere and my name precede me. I want you to
Your
do the same
ego
thing,
is
bro.
amazing.
But you stuck, bro.
Your ego is
No,
amazing.
bro, I'm just talking facts. Straight facts, bro. Straight facts. It is what it is.
It is
I
what
build
it
name
is.
recognition on not fucking with you, bro. That's what I did.
Listen, man, can you watch your language? I'm trying to do my best to watch my language, so I'm asking you to do the same thing. It's kids watching. We'll start cursing about 9:30.
I'm a grown-ass man.
Okay, I'll handle it for you, though. I got it for you, B. Don't even worry about it. I told you can't have no rational conversation. Glenn, why would Glenn want to debate you? All you going to do is start yelling. That's all you're going to start doing. Knock it off. Knock it off. Hold on, I'm sending a message to a possible guest this morning. All right. So yeah, man, why would not? I don't have to speak for Glenn, but why would Glenn want to have a debate with you? Come on, man. I'm not saying you don't have it in you somewhere, but I've never seen it. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Let me greet the choppers. Can't get too far away from that. And then we may take a first break. Now, at the top of the hour at 9 a.m., I'm scheduled to be joined by Jocelyn from Queens Village. She's going to come on and talk about the work that they're doing, the movement that they're creating, they have already created, and the momentum that's building, and the work that they're doing with Cradle Cincinnati. And maybe she can give us some updates, as to where we are now. They put out I guess you could put I don't know if it's a study or an analysis. I think an analysis is a better way of looking at it earlier in the year. And Jocelyn came on and kind of broke it down for us and introduced us to what they were doing over there. So that's at 9 a.m. this morning. And that's a really important conversation. So please share and with your friends. Again, tag 3 people and share the show today. And that helps us grow. I appreciate it. All right, let's go to the phones here. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Ivy. This is your West Side Connection, Drop Squad 52. Mr. Ivy.
Yes, sir.
You played a beautiful soundbite of Nancy Pelosi. And one of the key things that she did not say, Mr. Ivy, was that she was going to hold a vote of the members of the House of Representatives to move forward on a formal impeachment inquiry, because they need 218 votes, which is a majority, because they know no Republicans will probably go with them. And the last count I heard, which was last night, they were up to like 180. Okay, so that's still not the majority, and that's why she didn't say she was going to take a vote. Basically, all she said yesterday was what's going on in the Judiciary Committee with Jerry Nadler, the little short, fat, white guy with the glasses, who got destroyed by Corey Lewandowski last week. All Nancy Pelosi did yesterday was just say, okay, I agree with what he's doing. I'm not going to fight it anymore. You go ahead and do what you do. But until there's an official vote in the House of Representatives name, nothing really changed yesterday. So I don't know what Glenn Mason, a.k.a. the Chop Shop Overseer, I don't know why he's trying to make it seem like something is new. Am I correct, Mr.
Well, something is new.
In your monologue,
something is new, isn't it? I mean, something has changed within the last 24 hours. Come on, Drive. Don't act like what Nancy Pelosi said has no weight to it whatsoever.
Nate, what has changed?
What's changed is now they have announced that they're doing an official review into whether Donald Trump should be impeached. That's what's changed. We didn't have that information 24 hours prior to that or to this.
Nate, Nate, people have a short memory because of this 24-hour news cycle. Corey Lewandowski last week, okay, when he was in front of the Judiciary Committee with Jerry Nadler as the majority leader, he made a statement, and he said, I don't care what kind of words you want to use. Impeachment inquiry, impeachment here. He said it doesn't matter. He says we're proceeding because up until yesterday, Nancy Pelosi, the leader, was not totally 100% agreeing with Jerry Nadler and the squad led by AOC.
Okay, so that's what's different. Now she's willing to move in that direction.
Yes, but this is just that was basically for her Democrats. It's not going to change anything, Nate.
I mean, so you're trying to say that the announcement wasn't notable in any way whatsoever. There was a formal tone to it. This is the Speaker of the House saying they're launching an impeachment drive, and you're telling me that's nothing new. Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
Well, I will agree, Nate. I will agree that for people who don't follow this stuff, like me, like Glenn, yes, that announcement. But you got to look at what time of day it was, Nate, and it wasn't across every network. So, again,
that doesn't matter.
Like I said,
it's across every network now.
Well, you can look at the headlines. Nate, we're almost 3 years into this president being investigated with a special prosecutor.
That's old
with a
stuff.
corrupt FBI.
That's old stuff. This is something new. That's old stuff, man.
Nate. Okay, let me ask you this. Yesterday, okay, the news was leaking all this stuff about what Pelosi was going to announce, right? So Trump announces that he's going to release the transcript, the call, or whatever, okay? And he did it about an hour or so before Nancy made that speech. But Nancy was at another event going on, and she heard that Trump had released the call with the Ukraine president. And then all of a sudden, Nate, the narrative changed. It said, it doesn't matter what he said. So again, Nate, all I'm saying, Nate, yes, what she did yesterday, for people who don't follow this as close as us, people in the chop shop, or whoever, yeah, people are going to start looking now. And that's still not good for the Democrats because who's in the center of the whole thing that was going on in Ukraine? Who,
Biden.
Nate? Exactly. And did you see the new Quinnipiac poll that came out this morning?
No, I have not. What do we
National poll, Nate. John from Princeton, also known as Zorro, his girl is in first place now.
Okay.
Nationally, not Iowa, not New Hampshire, not South Carolina. National poll. This is the first time Joe Biden was not in first place.
Well, that was announced earlier in the week, wasn't it? I'm looking at it now. Here it is. Warren passes Biden in new poll. Okay. See, early in the week, it was reported that they did some polling, and it was for the first time. I think it was some polling in Iowa. And for the first time, she had pulled ahead of Biden. So now it seems like that momentum is followed through the week, huh? Warren passes Biden in new nationwide poll.
Right. And so, Nate, I also heard a scenario yesterday that now people going again say this is crazy, but if you look at the track record, some people were saying that this was possibly done by the so-called whistleblower to take Joe Biden out and clear the way for somebody else, maybe whoever else, I don't know at this point, but the whole thing was because of everything that Joe Biden had been doing up to this point, him trending down, him saying crazy stuff, his eyeball exploding. And then this whole thing with his son and Ukraine, that was one of the scenarios I heard yesterday, that this whole thing was possibly orchestrated to take down Joe Biden. And then all of a sudden, there's a new poll the day after. I mean, come on, Nate. Coincidental, or is this just politics?
I mean, you might be on to something. We'll see how it plays out. But it's still
All
not
right,
looking
sir.
good for your boy Trump.
What? But again, Nate, I keep telling you, I've been following this shit. I've been following this political stuff for so long. I can see the stitches on the fastball. So, drop Squad 52. Dropping science to anyone who wants to catch it. Peace.
But yet you keep striking out. You can see the laces on the fastball, but you keep striking out. What difference does it make? Warren passes Biden and new nationwide poll. So we'll get to that. So let me get back to what I was saying. I want to finish this flow real quick because I want to walk through the process of impeachment so we all know what that means. Under the Constitution, the president can be removed from office for treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. The president does not need to have violated a specific criminal law to have committed an impeachable offense. But I want to walk you through like the mechanical process, like what does that actually mean per se? Okay, so let me break this down real quick, and then I think we'll go straight to our phone call. Okay, let me break this down for you. So where were we? So the House Judiciary Committee has historically led impeachment investigations, but the Democrat Party leaders could decide to opt out of that and create a hand-picked committee to deal with that. So either or, look for either one of those if it goes that far. A simple majority of the House's 435 members could bring the charges known as articles of impeachment, and then the process moves to the upper chamber. That's the U.S. Senate. Now, if it comes to an impeachment trial, it'll break down like this. The members of the U.S. House of Representatives, think majority Democrats, they'll act as prosecutors. The senators will act as the jurors. And the Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court will preside. And it takes a simple 2/3 majority, really not so simple. A 2/3 majority is required within the 100-member Senate to convict and remove a president. So that would be the process. That would be the process. I know what you're thinking, right? We're thinking, so what's the breakdown? Well, in the House of Representatives currently, you have 235 Democrats and 199 Republicans. Currently in the U.S. Senate, you have 53 Republicans, 45 Democrats. Let's go to the phone. So good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Guy. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic, man. I see you a little bit getting over your sickness, your illness. You going to be all right?
Oh, yeah. I was always 100. Don't get it twisted. It was like playing NBA 2K with the fatigue off. I'm going to have the same energy. You know what I mean? But
it's good to hear.
I pardon me, but I'm not really concerned with Trump's impeachment.
Cool. What are you concerned with?
My concern is Botham John. This white bird's about to walk or get some short time for killing this man and just blatant ridiculousness. You know, she's sexy. She was about to get her cheeks clapped. She wasn't tired. You know, that whole stuff. She sexed in with her boyfriend, setting up the tryst. You know, she wasn't tired. This young man was sitting in his house, minding his business, eating Neapolitan ice cream, and this heifer comes in his domicile and clapped him. Talking about she had several opportunities to realize she was at the wrong place before she even got to his door. That's what I'm saying. This is so reckless that it's like that. Remember that white couple who kidnapped them black people and was like having sex on their dead corpses?
No, I don't.
Maybe 5 years ago.
No, when was this? Where was this? I don't remember this.
It was somewhere in the Midwest, Indiana, Illinois. I thought, if memory serves, but yeah, it was somewhere in the eastern part of the U.S. But yeah, this white couple they like kidnapped some people and like yeah they were having like and killed them and like they were having sex on the black corpses. This is what this kind of reminds me of. Like, you know, killing that dude like, I don't know, made you extra randy or something.
So what makes you think she's gonna get off? I do know she says it's been some ridiculousness that's come out of this whole thing. I mean, if she had any decency, she should just pled guilty and dealt with what she did. But she claimed that she was distracted texting or sexting with her partner. And that's another reason why she didn't know what she was doing and she walked in and killed this man.
I mean, much like Tenzing, regardless of how many black jurors there are, all she needs is one to feel sorry for her. And I'm sure out of those 7 non-black jurors, I mean, even though there are 5 Latinos, her boyfriend was Latino. So there's a connection there to the jury, and I'm sure one of the 2 whites is a woman, or even the dad that might look at her as his daughter or sister. This is horrible. I mean, I as much as it pains me, I gotta agree with you that any decent person would have just copped to it, took a deal, and this is over with. The gall she has to fight this, it's like you an asshole, lady.
Yeah, just the nerve, make no decency whatsoever. Sometimes you got to deal with the consequences of your actions. You gotta roll. Right. You got to deal with whatever comes. To me, that's one of them situations. Right. If you're a decent human being, you made a mistake. So here's the consequences.
Yeah, exactly. So all this mess about Trump's impeachment, it's great. It's window dressing, but to me, it's a distraction. This is an issue down here in Dallas. If this girl don't get 20 to life, Dallas should burn. There should be no Dallas in the morning. Is what I'm saying. If this girl don't get a 20 piece, and that's all I got, I will holler at you. That ain't all I got, Glenn. What the fuck is you talking about? You would debate anybody. You're running from me.
It's not 9:00 yet, man. We don't do language until 9:30, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, but he was like Amber Geiger, you know, the camel toe was just a little wet and randy and needed somebody to talk to him. Oh, punk, you scared of me.
Are you trying to bully? It's hilarious, man. What in the hell? What is going on in the world these days? Come on, man. Brothers, we got to be better than that. I know he is joking and all, but damn. Yeah, I mean, you know, believe it or not, we can actually have multiple conversations at one time. Hey, John, hold on for 1 second, man. I'm awaiting a phone call from Jocelyn with Queens Village. Okay, so just please hold off until we end that conversation. I want to keep that line available. Okay, so I agree. We can have multiple conversations. I mean, that's the nature of what I do. We can have multiple conversations today. We don't just have to talk about, in fact, I don't want to just talk about the impeachment, quite honestly. I want to get deeper into what you think about Botham Jean and Amber Geiger. And I want to remind you that that is on Donnie B's radar screen for Friday at 12:30 p.m. So, hey, John, I know John isn't listening. He don't even listen to the show. He just calls in from around the world, which I appreciate. But at the moment, John, I'm awaiting a phone call from Jocelyn in Queens Village. So let's go to the lines here. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nathan.
Hey, is this Jocelyn?
Super happy to be here. It is.
Hey, what's going on? Good morning.
Good morning. Nothing much.
So if you hear like a line, somebody on the other line calling in, that's John from Princeton, who's not listening to the show, but he loves the show and he's trying to call in. So he's not getting the messages that I'm on the air right now with you. So forgive me a little bit, but good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
So for folks, so tell us what's going on. Tell us about Queens Village and the work you're doing and some of the events and things that are coming up.
Thank you. So I'm hearing a little bit of an echo.
Not sure why. Somebody else told me that earlier today that they were getting a little bit of echo. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not sure about that, Jocelyn. Now, the very unscientific thing I've been doing is asking people just to call me right back. That seems to reset it. You want to try that?
I do.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, it's very unscientific, but we can go back to Nintendo cartridges. You just take the cartridge out, blow in it, put it right back in. You got to put it in just a certain way. Sometimes, even with high-tech setups as such as I'm running today, sometimes old school just kind of works, keeping it simple. I'll work on that. I'm not sure what that is. You're the second person to tell me that this morning. But if you don't know, you can go over to Queens Village. They got a Facebook group and page, and you can like it and join and stay connected to what's going on. All right, we're back on with Jocelyn. Good morning, Jocelyn. How's this sound?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So,
I'm still hearing a little bit, but
okay, great. And we're not on speaker, right?
Okay.
We're not on a speakerphone, are we?
we're not now.
Okay, great. That's much better.
Okay. So I reached out to you because I wanted to talk to you about Queens Village. Queens Village is an initiative coming out of Cradle Cincinnati. And for those of you who don't know, Cradle Cincinnati is a collective impact model. It's a part of a collective impact model that is trying to eliminate infant mortality in Hamilton County. And so as a part of that mission, we've found out over the last 2 years that Black women really experience infant mortality at a rate that is 2 times and 3 times the rate of white women. And so from those stats, Queens Village was born. And so what we try to do is the basis of our work is listening to Black women and then doing what they ask us to do. And so at the beginning of this work, we learned from Black women that they felt unseen, unheard, unvalued, uncelebrated in this city. And so everything that we do is a response to those feelings. And so I also want to say that Queens Village is all Black women. We have a 4-woman team. And making Black women feel valued and celebrated in our city is very personal because we are part of that demographic, our daughters, our family, and our friends.
Yeah, I love the work that you do. And what's the Facebook page and the group? Is it Queens Village, Cincinnati?
It's Queens Village, Cincinnati.
Yeah, I love it. And
I
follow what you do, and like you said, to me, it's like it's a bigger approach. So, like, if you want to deal with infant mortality and the disparities between Black babies and white babies reaching that 1-year anniversary, that 1-year birthday, then you have to address and love Mama. We got to love our Black women. It's all a part of it, and I love that movement.
You have to love. You have to love Black women, and you have to listen to Black women if we want to eliminate the racial disparity in infant mortality.
Absolutely, 100%. So you guys have been doing all kinds of events. Like, how can somebody listening right now get involved with you?
So the best way to get involved with us is really to go to our Facebook page, and we're starting to get our Instagram up and going as well. So Queens Village, Cincinnati on Facebook and on Instagram.
So what are some of the upcoming events that you guys are going to be doing, throughout the fall and the rest of the year?
We have a lot of things coming up. So the last Thursday of every month, we do Cradle Conversations. And Cradle Conversations, it happens at Black Coffee. And this is an opportunity for Black women to come together and talk about motherhood. We experience motherhood the way that everybody else does. We're tired. We are wondering what's going on with breastfeeding. It hurts. This is not what they said. and we want to talk about it. And so every, again, Cradle Conversations, Black Coffee, last Thursday of each month. And then we're starting Trapper Size. Black women are also concerned about their health and their wellness. And so we've partnered with BBF, and this is also a Black married couple who's on a mission to improve health in the Black community. Every Saturday from 9 until 11 a.m., they'll be offering Trapper Size. It's free of cost, and we're offering childcare.
That's great to hear.
We have a lot of events. I want to talk about two more.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So the first Wednesday of every month, we have Queens Village meetings. And this is an opportunity for Black women to come again to gather, have fun, to relax, to de-stress. We always have free dinner. We always have free childcare. And it's from 6 until 8, first Wednesday of each month. The October meeting will be happening at the CRC in Northside. And then this last event is the Power to the People brunch. And we're going to be hosting this event October 5th at the Fueled Collective. The Cincinnati Health Commissioner, Melba Moore, who is a great supporter of Queens Village, has come to our meeting, said that she wanted an opportunity to listen to what Black women have to say in the city. And so we thought this was a good opportunity for other gatekeepers in the city to listen to Black women as well. And so Melba Moore will be there, Aftab Puraval, Jennifer Williams, Greg Landsman, and several other people who are involved in transportation and housing and in the judicial system in Cincinnati.
What day is this again? The brunch?
The brunch is happening October 5th from 11 to 1:30 p.m. Power to the People brunch.
All right, I want to put that on my calendar myself. That sounds like a great event.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a great event.
What else is happening?
I think that's all for now.
For now, that's a lot. Well, again, I mean, you want people to go to the Facebook page. You just get up the Instagram, Queens Village, Cincinnati, connect to the movement. It's about listening to, elevating, loving, focusing, spotlighting, caring about Black women. And how could you not, 100% support that?
Exactly.
Jocelyn, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. The open door policy anytime. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? I live with a Black woman. You know what I'm saying? My mama was a Black woman. Very interesting. So tell me what you think. 513-873-7134. And I think that they're doing great work. They're doing great work. And I just like the fact that they are focusing and elevating on the images of Black women and supporting, promoting that image, because within what we call Cincinnati and this culture, I think that's rare. I think that's very, very rare. And they put together a very serious movement. Check it out. Check it out. Tell me what you think. All right, 513-873-7134. Let me get to the choppers here, because I'm way back in the comments here. Let me try to get everybody in, or as many people as possible. Pamela writes, good morning, Nate and the choppers. Good morning to you, Pamela. Mr. Avery writes, morning. Hey, good morning to you, Mr. Avery. Ray writes, good morning, all. Hey, good morning to you. CG Dub writes, good morning, choppers. Bunky writes, what's up, Nate and the choppers? Good morning to everybody. CJ writes, good morning. Mason Muller writes, morning, Nate and the choppers. Hashtag impeach in the streets. In the streets, okay. Talked earlier, I know how you feel. Deborah writes, good morning, Nate and the choppers. I love that avatar, Deborah. Kelly writes, good morning, Nathan. Good morning to you, Kelly. Brenda writes, happy Wednesday, Nate and the choppers. TNT writes, good morning. Clue Magic writes, good morning, Nate and the choppers. Mason Marler writes, you have to go to the debate, Nate. See if you can grab a mic and get a question in from the crowd. Yeah, I did get an invitation to go to the Democrat debate that's going to be here in Ohio. It's coming up, what is the second or third week of October? And I'm 92% there. Just got to make sure I'm 92% there. I'll Facebook Live it, give you some exclusive, content if I can. I'll stretch the boundaries of that ticket. I'll stretch the boundaries of media and decency to give you a scoop. So look for confirmation. Should be a good time. If they do it from the audience, you know I got to get a question in. You know it already. Hey, Renee Warner's in the house. She writes, good morning. Hey, good to see you, Renee. Good to see you. Sharp writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Brian writes, good morning. Pat writes, good morning. Tanika writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Drops in the house. He writes, impeach 45 in 2025. Not sure. Oh, once he's out of office, huh? Look, there you go. He writes, good morning, here we go. CG Dub writes, they need to leave NJC alone. NJC. Somebody, stop sending me funny text messages. Yeah, I mean, cracking up. Let's see. Clue Magic writes, mistakes have consequences, especially if you're black. If Amber Geiger had any damn decency, she throw herself on the mercy of the court, at the mercy of the foot of his family, beg for their forgiveness, beg her God for forgiveness, beg the courts for forgiveness, and roll with whatever happens. That's what she should have done if it was really a mistake. But it's the new America. Nobody wants to be held accountable for what they do. It's not your fault. Oh, you have been drinking. If you hadn't have been drinking, you never would have done it. So it's the drink's fault. It's the Crown Royal. It's not your fault. It's Crown Royal. They make it too good. Sour apple, you had to drink it. If you hadn't been drinking it, you would never have walked into his house. How do you walk into another human being's dwelling, shoot them, kill them, realize it's a mistake, and then go run out there and try to put up a defense? That tells you right there she's got no class, no decency, no heart, no morality. Easy for me to say. I'm not in that situation, right? But I'm just saying. Sometimes you just got to roll with it and just deal with it. And these are the consequences. They put them days on your back. You're going to have to deal with it. She should be on her knees begging that man's Botham John's family. That's what she should be doing. But she's not. Lawrence writes, good morning, Choppers. Mason Mahler writes, not today, colonizer. Drop. See, there you go. Not today, colonizer. So now we're looking at Drop like a colonizer. I think Drop is a black man with very conservative views on certain things, man. Sister V writes, Hotep, beautiful black people, impeach the MF. See, we won't start cursing until 9:30. Make sure all the kids get to school. And I'm going to try to lead that and show a great example. Drop writes, Trump is a master at playing the lamestream media. He is. Mason Mahler writes, Hercules. Why am I? See, what time is it? Just 45 more minutes of this bill. I'm out of here. Lawrence writes, the impeachment of 45 is a waste of time. You know, I would have to say that I'm inclined to agree. It's like, but I'll throw it out to you. I mean, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like this is a waste of time, or is this what they should do? It's the game of politics. If they can siphon off 1% of the vote because people are turned off by what's exposed during the process of impeachment, then that's the game of politics. That's the other way of looking at it. Mason Mahler writes, who says they can't do both, impeach and win the election? Same energy, if not more, from 2018 mid-elections. Crystal writes, good morning. The Dems need a different strategy. The rhetoric doesn't have the same sting as it may have once had. I agree. It doesn't. After Mueller, it's like impeachment. It's like y'all try, you swing and a miss. You know what I'm saying? You just try another tactic. But you just kind of felt like if they could get something with impeachment that they would. Like, even though Nancy Pelosi seemed to like be resistant, I kind of got the feeling the whole time she was trying to just build the best case. And now they think they have it. And I walk through the process of impeachment so everybody can be on the same page, so you know what to expect. Mike Jones writes, good morning, choppers. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up. I think that's fair. I was amazed that white people were chanting to lock up this white female, Hillary Clinton. That was amazing to me. They really got into it. Mason Mahler writes, new strategy or new crimes by Trump that needs to be investigated, ? Impeach is a new strategy. Bunky writes, they'll never impeach Trump. Dems should be more concerned with the viable candidate. I would agree with you on that. They should definitely be more concerned with a viable candidate. And it looks like the poll numbers say there is one, a new front runner, Elizabeth Warren. Now, how does that grab you? You like that better than Joe Biden? Tell me. TNT writes, all they do is ask WWRD, what would Republicans do if this was Obama? Enough said, impeach his orange. He writes. Tiffany writes, hi. Ray writes, impeachment inquiry, yes. Impeaching, not so fast. Fame writes, good morning. Honestly, do you think Trump cares about being impeached? ? He never thought he would win. He playing with house money. He literally parlayed some ish talking into some extra pocket change. Lifetime federal health benefits, a federal pension, and lifetime round-the-clock security. The damage has been done. Is that right? Oh, man. Is that right? 513-873-7134 if you would like to share your thoughts this morning. You are wrong. You are wrong for that. You are wrong. Oh, man. That's hilarious. Obama was elected neutered. We would never know because he played it safe. He definitely did play it safe. Looking back at Obama's time in office, I think that most people would agree that that would be their number one criticism. Fame writes, if there's a bush nearby, I get my scope on. Or what? I can't trust you to read the rest of that, man. Mike Jones writes, my daily argument is black power. Who with me? You can listen to other ish, not debating. What? Oh, God. Famed and lost one this morning. TNT writes, drop, were you expecting them to enforce it in minutes? Impeachment isn't like a drive-through order. It's a process. The declaration yesterday was the beginning of Trump's impeachment legacy. All caps, legacy. Oh, man, Fame, I'm going to have to delete some of this stuff, man. I don't want to read this in here. There's all your negativity. It's the morning time, man. I'm trying to get my day started the right way. Damn. You're losing your mind. What's up, Donnie? Losing your mind. You lost it in here, man. Oh, boy. Diana writes, can I call in about Gabe, though? Absolutely. You already know. Absolutely. Went to go see Gabe Davis and his kickoff on, what was that, Tuesday? Monday, Tuesday? And it was, I was glad I was there. He's got a great family behind him. Beautiful family. Married to a sister, got a little girl. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like everybody else, man. You start looking, I think to myself, like, man, I remember my daughter was little like that with the wifey. You know what I'm saying? That's what you start doing. Great image. I didn't know his father was a Cincinnati police officer because there was a video that they had put together, and that played a prominent role. They were kind of walking around the police memorial that's downtown on the Parkway. I think you might know what I'm talking about, which I think can have a real big impact. Like, again, you're talking about the county here. You know, you're not talking about Cincinnati. It's going to be a county-wide race, not just a Cincinnati race. And the county's demographics is going to be a little bit different than the city. And I think most people in this room that care about these matters have some idea of what that is. It's probably close to the real. He talked about his vision. I mean, his vision, basically, he talked about the difference between himself. He didn't directly talk to anything about Fanon Rucker. I brought that up with him in a Facebook Live conversation we had just a couple of minutes before he went on stage, which I had to ask him. you know. And he took the question well. You could tell he was prepared for it. He had his answer, and his answer was basically it's a democracy. The democracy. I did get a chance to talk with some people in the room, and a lot of people still had a question mark about what Fanon Rucker was going to do. That was a conversation that was being had, whispers. But I don't think anything that's too shocking to anybody just because of everything that's going on right now. And, if I was in his position, depending on how bad I wanted to be the Hamilton County prosecutor, I mean, just like if you were in that position, like I said yesterday or the day before, you put your head down, you run your race. That's it. Now, in terms of the community response, I mean, most black folks I talk to is on some Fanon Rucker type stuff. That's most of the people I've had conversations with. That's what I've been hearing. I think that's a pretty safe bet because people know Fanon more, which can play a role in the electability of the Democrat candidate. And I think at the end of the day, people are looking for a winner, right? You're looking for a winner. Personalities put to the side. You're looking for a winner. I think that's the common goal. There were a lot of Democrats who were there. See Pastor Leslie Jones, who we talked to last week. And again, I want to circle back around with her. That fair Cincinnati conversation, I'm not over with that. I want to take a deeper dive into that because if we're going to take 2021 seriously, upcoming city council, then I think we should take seriously, what appears to be a serious attempt of offering a different way of electing city council. So I'm going to circle back around and hopefully have a deeper conversation with all the sides involved. It'll be interesting. I think the last time we talked to Pastor Leslie Jones, she kind of teed it up perfectly. She said it'll be interesting to see what comes out next from both the Democrat and Republican Party on that issue. If you live in Cincinnati, then I know that's something that you probably care about. So we'll jump into it. Okay, you can go over there right now, though, and just kind of get a look at the district idea. Like I said, I mean, this ain't the first district idea. This came down the political, Amazon, wheel, whatever, conveyor belt. But at the same time, it's the one that's on the table right now. And we have an upcoming city council election. So I ran into Pastor Leslie Jones. She actually kicked off the thing with a prayer and some words. And then, as I told you, Cedric Denson hit the microphone. He was there as well. And always good to see Cedric Denson. And he kicked it off, handed it off to, I believe it was P.G. Sittenfield, who I told you yesterday is a longtime personal friend of Gabe Davis. They went to high school together. I think they played basketball together and sung in the choir. I think that came out. And Denise Driehaus was there as well. They all said great things. Then Gabe Davis took the stage. He took the stage. And when he took the stage, I could immediately tell that he's being coached up, which is not a bad thing. I don't mean any disrespect when I'm just giving you my thoughts, which is a good thing. I could tell that he understood what he was trying to say, and he got warmed up and hit his stride. I thought that, in that moment, he was really trying to put off some energy. And, I think that, depending on what happens in the near future, it could be a tough road. Put it that way. It's going to be a tough road no matter what with Joe Dieters. But again, people are waiting for another shoe to drop, so to speak. And we'll see what happens. Let's go straight to the lines. I think we got Donnie B on the line. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Nate. How are you guys?
I'm doing great. What's going on, Donnie B?
I called in for a couple of reasons, but I think I got the same echo problem as the last young lady. So I'm going to put my Nintendo cartridge out, blow it, and call you right back.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, that must be something on my end. Obviously, that's a third call who said that, so I'll take a look at it. I've been moving equipment back and forth here, and sometimes when you do that, you can push a button here or there and not realize it. It can cause, in some cases, minor problems, and in some cases, catastrophic problems. But hopefully it's not too catastrophic this morning. I think that if Jocelyn, when she sounded maybe a little bit off, I think it was because she was battling with what people have been calling an echo. So let's try it this time. And let's go back to the phones and welcome in Donnie B. How'd that work, Donnie B?
Hey, okay, that's much better. Well, oh no, I'm still doing it. Let me see. I don't know. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly. We don't hear any echo or anything. So I'll tell you what, I can just give you the floor, and maybe you can just deliver your flow and kind of put your ear away from the receiver. You know what I'm saying?
You said do what?
Kind of take your ear away from it so you don't hear the echo, and just talk straight into the microphone, and I'll give you the floor.
So I called in but your boy Mason, he out about the impeachment. I could spend 3 seconds. I'm with my girl Lakeisha. It's a waste of time. It's a day late and a dollar short. We blew it with the Mueller report. We couldn't even come out and say that this is justice and tamper with the last election. But now we're supposed to believe that Congress is going to impeach the dude for calling Ukraine, asking them to investigate your fighting gas company. Make it make sense, folks. Like, it's a waste of time. I mean, we can do it, but I hope nobody is sitting back here thinking that this is actually gonna work. I can't cuss until 9:30. I got 3 minutes, so I'll save for the commentary. But no, seriously, with respect to Jay Davis, I want to talk to you guys and dialogue with you, Nate. When you were there, what I was missing was, what is this dude's why? You know, did he give an explanation for exactly why he's running for prosecutor? And for me, why is not I hate Trump or I hate Deers in because of the local election. To me, that's not enough. And I'll give an example and what my problem is with him. If Fanon Rucker decides to run, then I personally believe that Gabe Davis should step down. It's not about pride. It's not about arrogance. It's not about, being able to persevere and, people that told me I couldn't succeed before. I'm not going to let my haters, hold me back. For me, when you're talking about running for public office, you have to understand what your why is, and your why can't be personal. So, for example, I want to be a judge. I'll probably run for judge very soon. But it's not because, my name is Danya Bailey and I've always decided that one day I want to be a judge. If that's the reason why I'm running, don't vote for me, dude. It's a public office. The reason you should run, your why should be connected to what the community needs. So to give you an example, one of the things that I personally struggle with about running for judge, and I've shared this with you before, is I am the only African-American employment law attorney in this city. So when people get discriminated against at work and they want a black lawyer, I'm it. So me running for judge can't be, it's above me now. It's bigger than me. I have to literally decide which area of the community needs me the most. But then one of the reasons that I'm considering running for judge is because I'm tired of the BS. We're seasoned African-American judges. We've got Judge Marsh and Judge Bowles in the Home Police Court. That's it. So, if I don't run, or somebody's going to run, then where are the African judges to make sure that when our African Americans come to the courthouse seeking justice, they actually get it? But there was a time when people asked me to run 4 years ago. And I was like, no, I'm not the best candidate. I'm not ready. And it was about the community, not about my arrogance or my pride or what I thought I wanted to do. So I'm looking at Gabe Davis like, what is your why? The fact that you went to Harvard is not a reason. The fact that you're married with kids and your son just married is not a reason. The fact that your dad is a cop is not a reason. What I need to hear is, what exactly are you going to do for the community if you become prosecutor? That's one. I haven't really heard that. And then, do you really have a shot on winning? My thing is, Peters needs to go. We see the negative effects of Peters happening. Twitter is in jail. So we need a candidate that can run against Peters and actually have a colorable shot at winning. Put Judge Rucker aside. I would have supported Gabe Davis because there was nobody else. But let's be clear. Judge Fanon Rucker has a clear chance of winning against Peters, way higher shot than Gabe Davis. Nobody knows who the hell Gabe Davis is. So if it's real, if your why and your reason for running is really about the Black community and the fact that Dieters is a detriment to us, then to me, when a candidate is clearly more qualified, more widely known and respected in the community, with a higher shot of getting Dieters out of office, your love for the Black community and for the community as a whole should force you to step aside because your why is not about you, it's about us. Because it's a public service office. People forget that. Running for office is not supposed to be about your own personal ambitions, the money, the title. It's about the community and making sure that a good job is done in a particular area that you're running for. So for me, I just want to throw that out there because nobody's saying it. They feel like they're scared. I'm like, no, we got too much shit on the line. It's 9:31, so I'm back.
All good.
Jesus is a disaster. So my thing is, please don't mess up our real chance of getting Dieters out after 17 years of watching this dude destroy our county. Because you're like, yo, I got tenacity and perseverance, and I've been told no before. Please, Gabe Davis, explain what your why is. Hold on one second.
Yeah, great flow. She says, explain what your why is. And
Yeah.
I think that's all fair. I mean, that's exactly what the community should be asking of all the candidates. But with this particular situation, I agree with you. We all know it. I mean, between the two, if you ask who do you think has a better shot, it's obvious. Fanon Rucker. You back? And I know that was... You back, Donnie?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm back.
Yeah, that audio is less than perfect, but we did hear you.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I was just listening to you and saying I agree.
No, I'm saying when you were on your flow. CG Dub writes, Danietta, please do. No, we heard you. It was just less than perfect. People write, CG Dub writes, Danietta, please do. I think that means in relation to you running for office. I'm gleaning through here, and people saying, did you get his last post? I'm trying to get the last one. You going to the debate as well? Is that what you posted? You going to the debate next week or whenever it is?
Say it again, Nate.
Did you post that you're going to the debate?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So maybe we can link up when we're up there. That'll be cool.
Yeah, that will be cool. Man, I hope the people heard me because I really wanted them to,
they heard
ask
you.
Gabe and other people about that. Like,
we heard you.
This dude's why?
No, we heard everything you had to say. It was less than perfect. Fast Pitch writes, regarding Gabe Davis, there are enough black folks in the county to vote him in, but he's got to get out in the county and really campaign. I did an informal poll on my way, Springdale area, closer to Fairfield, and no one had heard of him, but everybody agreed that TNT Dieters need to be TNT'd. So she's talking about Gabe, and nobody knows who he is.
That's the problem. Who is Gabe? And what are you about? And for me, I feel like he's coming across too academic. Like we got real shit on the line. Gone are the days where I actually give a shit about who your wife is, how many kids you got, and where you went to school, my brother. Like if that's the platform, you've missed the mark. What I care about is, hey, if you were the prosecutor, let's just break it all the way down. What would you do about Joe Dieters' injunction that he got against the Citizens Complaint Authority to prevent CCA from investigating police misconduct until after suspects or defendants are already convicted and put away in jail? What are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about diversity hiring in the prosecutor's office? What are you going to do about Dieters' habit of overcharging African-American defendants? What are you going to do about situations like Tracy Hunter when they come across your desk? What are you going to do about wasteful spending? We spent $4.3 million persecuting this woman for then the prosecutor to go back and say, whatever meant for her to go to jail. Like, what are you going to do about the issues? Who your wife is personal. What does that got to do with the cost of tea in China? And all I'm hearing is the typical white fluff that you get when somebody's running for president. Yo, my name is X. I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic. I was born and raised in whatever city. I've been married for 25 years. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. What are you going to do? But I don't know. Maybe I'm too harsh. I'm going to leave it out there for the for the choppers to chop up.
You're supposed to say, is it just me? And then that's when I come in and say, no, it's not.
Is it just me, Nate?
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Those questions will be asked. I got you.
Is he coming on the show? Like, I really wanted you to post.
Yeah, he's going to come on the show.
I knew it wasn't the time.
Yeah, Gabe's going to come on the show, and let me just confirm within the next 24 hours, and I'll let everybody know, and I'll ask every one of those questions.
And I just feel like another issue is, when is Fanon going to announce? Like, I'm tired of waiting, my brother. Like, we really need you to go ahead and say what it is, so we're not out here, on an island alone advocating on your behalf for something that's not going to happen. So that would help too. I feel like Gabe doesn't realize that a lot of the people that claim they support him, once Fanon announces that he's running for prosecutor, he's going to lose a lot of that support. Because that's another issue. Politics, like it or not, is also about favors and putting in work. And so there are a lot of people that are only where they are because Fanon helped get them there. So you got all that dynamic that I don't think this dude is thinking of. You walk back into Cincinnati and think you're just going to walk right into the prosecutor's office, which is the largest law firm in Cincinnati, and bypass all the other, attorneys in this city that have been putting in work in other campaigns, in other causes, and in the community. I'm licensed in New York, but I'm not naive enough to think, let me pack all my shit and move to New York City where I know nobody and have done nothing in that city and run for judge. And screw all the other lawyers that have been there this whole time practicing and making a difference in that jurisdiction. So the arrogance of it, can we talk about it? Is it just me?
We are.
I'm not afraid to say it. I don't understand why nobody else is saying it and they're pussyfooting around it. But I y'all know that's not my style. I just throw it out there. I was supporting Gabe because there was nobody else, and Gabe just had to go. But let's be clear: if there's somebody else that's more qualified, that has a better chance of winning, I would be remiss not to support that person because it's not a game out here in these streets. So thanks for taking my call, Nate. I'm gonna continue listening to the show and listening to the comments and the feedback.
Absolutely. Thank you for the flows. And then people can watch and listen to you on Friday at 12:30.
Yeah, Amber Geiger trial. I got a lot to say. I've been commenting on my Facebook group page like I'm a newscaster getting paid. It's ridiculous. So I'll see y'all on Friday. But I'm gonna continue listening to the rest of the show. How long you on today?
Till 10.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I got to go to court, so that works.
Yep.
All right. Talk to you.
Yep. Thanks for the call. That's Donnie B, everybody. Straight, no chaser. And what do you think? You agree or disagree with what she had to say about Gabe Davis? And she took a very strong opinion, but I think brought up some all fair questions. I hadn't really thought about that. Coming back from town, people already being here. She made a very great point about Fanon helping other people, the politics of it. Will there be a mass exodus of people that support Gabe right now that are maybe not really closely connected with him, like family or some other, close personal association or relationship? Will they jump on the Fanon Rucker train? And from what I'm hearing, I said earlier before she called in, that's what I'm hearing. People want to wait and see. When is Fanon going to announce? Is he? We shall see. 513-873-7134. Now listen, I got some tickets to give away. They came to me and I want to give them to you. Okay? Directly to my listeners, to people that support me the most. I want to give them to you. And it's very, very simple. We can take a first come, first serve basis. You can DM me, Nathan Ivy, and let me know that you want some tickets and what you like to do. Courtesy of my friends over at Live Nation. Best place to get your tickets, Live Nation. Live Nation presents JB Smoove. He's going to be at Bogart's on Saturday, October 26th. The show kicks off at 8 p.m. I got multiple tickets to go see JB Smoove. If you don't know who he is, Google him and make a quick decision and then DM me. I am giving these tickets away to you, my audience members, just because. Just because. I don't want to do no trivia. I just want to give them to you. Simple as that. Courtesy, my friends at Live Nation, presents Who's Bad, a Michael Jackson tribute. That's going to be at Bogart's. Now, that's going to be on Friday, October the 11th. Doors open at 8 p.m. Who's Bad? You know you love MJ. And these tickets are yours, courtesy only to the Choppers, from my friends over at Live Nation. Check them out when you need tickets. All right. Good morning. Just DM me. I'll take first come, first serve. I've got a bunch, if you're interested. JB Smoove, of course, is a black comic. Let me see if I can pull up some JB Smoove audio to entice you. Perhaps you'd like to go. Tiffany writes, he is the first person to step up to challenge Dieters. Are the black lawyers and judges supporting him? Or if Rucker is going to run, will everyone then jump on Gabe's bandwagon? Well, again, if you're talking about black lawyers and judges, there are a few people in the city who would know better than Donnie. So I'll take her word for that. And from what I'm hearing myself, just talking to people, even in a room, then, that's what people are waiting to see. I was in the room on Friday, and there was just a lot of energy. There was a lot of energy. There was a lot of folks, a who's who, and a lot of levels of people inside the room. Some I recognized, some I probably didn't recognize. And there was a lot of energy. A lot of people, when I posted that stream, viewed it because they wanted to hear what Fanon had to say. And on some levels, I think you can take that as an example of the level of interest and enthusiasm that people may have about Fanon's campaign. It's real. Let me see here. Jesse, let me catch up here. Is it just me or is it Donnie B on one this morning? No, it wasn't just you. Broadway writes, Donnie B coming with that voice of reason. It's not just her. Iris writes, we need to listen to Attorney Bailey. What do you care or want? What do you care or want from a prosecutor? Mason Mahler writes, Gabe pulling a Cory Booker. Jesse writes, you mean the sound was less than perfect? Your flow was on point. Yeah, the sound was less than perfect. Hopefully that's what I said. Did I say sounded? I might have said sounded and we gave her the, yeah, I meant the sound was less than perfect. Thank you for that clarification, Jesse. I appreciate it. Iris writes, Attorney Bailey on point this AM. Tanika writes, we heard you loud and clear, Donnie B. TNT writes, he could run for mayor. Bunky writes, Racker, great call. See here. My father is a cop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, I ain't feeling that, huh? Fane writes, you mean you read that, Jones? You can't discern what you're reading because I can't. I'm getting in secondhand. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me jump out. Boy, if I stab you with a thumbtack or a steak knife, you got stabbed in both instances, but the steak knife will require more bandages to patch you up. The same, but not. Not sure what I'm talking about. Fame writes, I had the same reverb. I just know how to fight through it because I don't get distracted. I stay on task. I stay woke. You stay woke, huh? I think I fixed that issue in the middle of her phone call there, actually. I think it sounded a lot better near the end. Iris writes, good morning, great people. I'm working backwards here. Working backwards. Good morning, Fast Pitch. Good morning, everybody. Great flows. Great flows. Diana writes, he shouldn't sound coached up. It should sound naturally flow from the heart. When I run from judge, no coach needed. I'm clear on my position. See, Iris, are you suggesting Gabe is a plant or just an unseasoned political? That's Fame. Mason Marlon writes, damn, Donnie B, I can't find anything to disagree with you about. Damn it, LOL. Why are you trying to find something? I get it. Mike Jones writes, why did Slick call Nancy Pelosi and ask if he could work this out at drop? Slick? What? Slick? Okay, great. Can you run for judge against Dinkelacker, Donnie B? That's great stuff, man. Let's see. Mike Jones, Trump played the media and the desperate Democrats. Wait and see what's in the whistleblower complaints. Hashtag trust but verify. Okay, great. That's great things, man. Donnie B is on point, 100%. And those questions will be asked. I will ask those questions when I talk to Gabe and more. And, I think it's going to be real interesting. He said, drop out. Now, what do you think about that? She says if Fanon gets in the race, Gabe should just say, listen, man, I'm going to get on your team. Now, how about that? What if that happened? What if Gabe said, look, I'm going to step back, but all the people that was working with me, boom, I'm working with the new home team on Fanon's team. That could be interesting. Listen, I got about 15 minutes before we roll. And courtesy of my friends at Live Nation, I've got some tickets. If you're interested, let me know. Just send me a direct message, and I will make arrangements to make sure you get there. Bogarts is having a Who's Bad Michael Jackson tribute. If you're into that, that's Friday, October the 11th. Doors open at 8 p.m. Don't be shy. I won't put your name out there because you like Michael Jackson. You ain't got to feel shy about that. He was the king of pop, they say anyway. And then also some tickets to go see J.B. Smooth at Bogarts. Again, courtesy of my friends at Live Nation. Best place to get your tickets, Saturday, October 26, 2019, and the show starts at 8 p.m. Okay? There it is. Let's see, go back here again. See. Let me see here. Okay, interesting. Oh, okay. Interesting with the DOJ, huh? Okay. That's the sound of people getting free tickets. Little bling right there. You got it. Every time you hear a bling, you got it, Tiffany. You got it. Every time you hear a little bling, choppers are getting tickets. Again, I will have more. And as they come in, I want to give them to my listeners. Maybe we'll do some kind of contest down the road, but I want to give them to you, and you can share them with your friends, or you can go yourself and enjoy what Cincinnati has to offer. Get out and spend some money, or just mindlessly disengage and enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? I know Michael Jackson, you can talk about all that stuff, but listen, people still love the music. Y'all still gonna play the music at the barbecue. We still playing MJ at the barbecue. Stop it. So if you can play MJ at the barbecue, then courtesy of my friends at Live Nation, you can go to the MJ tribute over at Bogarts. Have a great time. Courtesy to Nathan Ivey Show and Sin Digital Media. And all I ask is that you just post a photograph. When you're there, just take a little selfie, post it, link, and tag me on it. And that way I can show my friends at Live Nation and other places that my listeners do get out. They do enjoy, whatever you want to call it, whatever the event may be. And they do spend money. That's how it works. All right, 513-873-7134. Boy, we've had more phone calls than usual and a lot of great flows today. A lot of great flows. I'll say it again. We are the creme de la creme of Cincinnati, we'll say media, in my humble opinion. The audience is comprised of a lot of super intelligent, forward-thinking, futurist innovators, business owners, and people who are heavily into politics and who just love the flows in talk radio. We have the best audience of anybody in Cincinnati. I don't care what anybody says. Now, I may not have the size. I fully admit that. But in terms of the connects, the strength of connection, I don't know. I just see something different in this audience. And maybe it's just me, and I'm just talking shit and buttering you up because you listen to me. It could be that. Or I'm just totally biased because we rock together, and I know a lot of people. I know many of you personally. When I go out, I run into you. We go to the same events. This city is not that big. But I stand by it. The best audience of any audience. So I just want to give you the tickets if you're interested. Courtesy my friends of Live Nation. Let me know. I'm getting crazy pings. Great. And we're good. And I'll make sure that we get them to you. Really simple. All right, let's go straight to the phones. Hold on here. Hold on, let me go back here. Okay, good morning, caller. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what that is. I think it was a robocall or something like that. Let me, we got somebody else on the line here. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, what's up, man? My name Eli. I just wanted to call, try to get you before you had ended the show today. So what I want to do right now is just call, just to bring awareness to anybody who might not know about a young woman out of St. Petersburg, Florida. She's running for city council. I guess it's District 7. And I've just been working with her, sending her support through, in a financial way. And it was interesting because she actually called me personally yesterday just to, because she won her primary race, I suppose. That's what it was. So she's now in a general election to go up for, I guess, city council, man.
What's her name?
So I just wanted, her name is Aretha Akyle Kenya. I think that's how you say her name. But I just wanted to put that out there, man, because if I'm doing something, I figure I can raise support and then give her more help. She's one of the platforms to make the South Side black again and to do something. I forget. It's like an actual slogan. It's something through reparation. And, she's actually pretty influential through her when she's talking. And she is a magnetic person, which draw me to her. I was exposed to her through the Black Diaspora channel on YouTube, which always brings me good entertainment content and all above, stuff like that. So I just wanted to put that out there. Her name, one more time, is Aretha Akyle Kenyon, spelled Cainon or something like that. And that's it. That's basically it. If you can still hear me, hello.
Hey, yeah, Eli, we hear you, man. All right, I wish we had that the spelling of that last name so we could look her up, man. You said Aretha Okario Kenya?
Yeah, I got a page pulled up right here. Hold on, man. It's gonna be spelled. Yeah, Aretha is Eritha. Akyle is Akile, and Kenyon is Cainion. And that's it.
Okay. All right, we got it. All right, Aretha Akyle Kenyon or Akanyon.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Probably so.
All right.
Yeah, man, just show her love for real.
All right, Eli. Anything else, man?
Nah, but you guys have a good. Nothing besides. You guys have a good day. You feel me? Stay out the way. I mean, you feel me? Stay dangerous.
Absolutely, man. Take it easy. I like you said. Stay dangerous. I like that. Eli, thank you for the call. Yeah, we up in Cincinnati, but hey, everything is global these days, especially with the internet. Good morning to you. We got about 7 minutes left, and I know we missed a couple phone calls here or there. If you'd like to call in, you got 7 minutes, now 6 minutes left until the top of the hour. And if you live in the Cincinnati area or you live in Hamilton County, man, boy, you got a lot to talk about and a lot to think about this morning. I'm going to reach out to Gabe Davis. What's today? Wednesday? It's possible. We'll see. I don't know what the schedule's like. But hopefully within a week, and then we can have a conversation with him and ask him these questions directly. And whoever else. I mean, these questions need to be asked of all folks, right? Of anybody who's running for Hamilton County prosecutor, including the current Hamilton County prosecutor. We shall see. I love to see some debates as, let's say we whittle this down to the Democrat and Republican candidate. You think Joe Dieters may say he might agree to debates? I don't know. It depends on what the numbers are. But no matter what the case may be, I'll be here to break it down with you. Looking forward to you. Let me see here. Donnie B, it's a tough decision to make because you are truly needed in the employment discrimination fight. I'm an HR consultant, and I see the need firsthand every day. Dante writes, can you cut me in, Nate? I'm not on Facebook. Dante B. Hannon, that is. Got you, Dante B. Hannon. Let me see the folks on Facebook first, and then I'll reach back out to you. Ask Kamala Harris about being a black prosecutor, he writes. I just saw Gay's face this week for the first time. The problem I have with people who run for countywide positions is they don't campaign in the outlying cities, townships. Hit the streets and start counting on Facebook Live. CG Dub writes TFC, he need to do what PG did when he ran for city council the first time. Stay in the club, shacks up, sip drinks, and that work. Is that what he did the first time? I am unaware. That's hilarious. TNT writes, Donnie laid it out. It's not about Gabe as a person. He's awesome, but Dieters is like Trump. He has to go by any means necessary. People are willing to jump ship for the win. Nothing personal, but the prosecutor's office will be one of the most important races next year. Oh, absolutely. It's nothing personal. It's all about the bigger picture. It's all about that. See here. Let me try to get, all right. I think I'm caught up with all the conversation right there. I think we caught up and just about 4 minutes left. Again, if you're interested in tickets, courtesy my friends at Live Nation, let me know. Nate, here's what the caller's trying to say. Aretha Brandis Canyon, silhouette placeholder image. Wait. District 7, member of the St. Petersburg City Council in Florida. Oh, okay. All righty. Appreciate it. I mean, we're a long way from Florida, but hey, we do have listeners in Florida. Shout out to my friends of the S-Squad affiliates. Who's bad? A Michael Jackson tribute at Bogart's. Quit fronting, because you know you want it. I got it for you. Friday, October 11th. Doors open at 8 p.m. Get your Who's Bad on. Don't let society tell you that you can't support the King of Pop. And also, JB Smooth is at Bogart's, Saturday, October the 26th, 2019, 8 p.m. Again, courtesy of Live Nation. Let me know. Donnie Rice, preach TNT. The candidate the last caller spoke of. Yes, I'm aware. Tracy Rice, right, CG Dub. Buy Wangs like Wimber. He said Charlie Wimber didn't buy votes with chicken wings, did he? That's an urban myth. That's an urban myth right there. Why are you pushing for such an evil rumor about Charlie Wimber? Shout out to Charlie Wimber, man, and Renew Church. I know they're doing big things, trying to offer people an alternative over there. Oh, man, that is hilarious. Get out the wings, huh? It works every time. You know, people got to eat. They're hungry after work. Drop Rice, Donnie B. Nobody talks about Kim Fox in Chicago, Cook County. She could get Tracy Huntered. Tracy writes, he did at Celebrities. I was there, literally. Was it a campaign event or was it like a church event? I mean, if it was a church event, then that's one thing. How many people know somebody who said something about the opening of a new Kroger downtown? The opening of a new Kroger downtown today. And I had somebody within my circle of friends who actually mentioned it like, oh, I want to go down to the Kroger. And I'm thinking, it's just a Kroger store. But, you know, it's a new place to buy food downtown. And now the gentrification is complete. It is complete. Everybody said that when they get rid of that Kroger, the small little Kroger on Short Vine, they support a lot of people down there before the gentrification came in on Short Vine and now what's over the Rhine. You know, I know a couple of people that got in early down there. At least I can think of one person in particular, and he's got a big smile on his face every time I see him. He bought a little space down there like 15 years ago, and he just loved to talk about how his money's been tripling. He's a very happy man. You know, that's great for you, but what does that mean for people that live on the block? So now they've got the new Kroger downtown. I'm sure it is like an homage to Kroger's everywhere. Man, they got like the Sistine Chapel painting at the top, gold-plated carts. You can get a mani and a petty, all inside the Kroger store. You can do all at the Kroger store. You can get you some caviar and some truffles. Get some caviar and truffles. Get a mani and a petty, all at the Kroger store. People are going to run down to the Kroger store. But I mean, I think they got a lot of stuff in that building. So I don't know. For me, I don't know. It's just not, cause it doesn't seem like that convenient. Like I'm cool. I'm good. Got a good little system going on. My local grocery store. I'm good. But I'm sure some people are going to go down there and they're going to get their Kroger on downtown. But that just means that the gentrification is complete. It is over. Everybody who lives in Cincinnati knows that when that happened, then that was a sign of like I said, is the gentrification was complete. Ray Wright said, Nathan, I was going to Kroger since I worked downtown, but decided against it. They gave 3 bistros. I don't believe any are black owned. Yeah, that was a question, like how many black owned spots are going to be in there? I'm sure there's at least one. Tiffany writes, if I lived downtown, I'd be excited. There's a new Kroger. That old Kroger was a dump before and after the remodeling. Well, tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel. You said it was a dump before and after? TNT writes, organic fruits and vegetables and a Starbucks. Look, all I'm saying is I don't want that to be the Walnut Hills of Kroger's. I don't want that to be the Walnut Hills High School of Kroger's where everybody just accepts that Kroger is better than all the other Kroger's. And we act like there's no damn difference. That's all I'm saying. Whatever they do in that Kroger, I want it in my area Kroger. I want it in Coreyville. You know, damn it, if we can't have some parity at the places we buy our foods, despite the neighborhood it might be in, we got a real problem. So hopefully the innovations that they make at the Kroger downtown that everybody's going to flock to. I got people on my, social media radar screen, my friends, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, posting about going to the new Kroger. I guess that's great. Nobody remembers when Jesse Jackson came. Yeah, I bring up Jesse. Jesse Jackson came to Cincinnati, and he said, don't go to that Kroger store. That's what he said. He said that Kroger across the country, primarily in the South, have been divesting in black neighborhoods, creating food deserts, and they don't care. And Jesse Jackson came to Cincinnati. Of all the places, he came to Cincinnati, Ohio, and went downtown to that Kroger store. So if you go down there as a black person, you are betraying the black race. Just so you know, just so we understand the terms. If you go down there and you buy some organic fruits, you are betraying black people. Don't make a mockery of Jesse. Jesse came here. He was here they did a protest for 15 minutes. And I swear to God, that's what it was. They did a 15-minute protest. They did a 15-minute protest. We're going to protest for 15 minutes. And it was out. And it was just something about that. It told me, I don't think anybody's going to remember this. And now that the new Kroger's open, nobody is. There's no mention of it in the media whatsoever. It's up to people like me to remember these things. Tanika writes, too late, Nate. That's been going on for years with Kroger. They said Kroger bought a tire basic to upscale. That's a reality. TNT writes, what you talking about, Willis? Tanika corrected me. She writes Kroger stores, not Kroger's, plural, but the Kroger store. Right, you're right. You're right about it. What I'm talking about, let me show you what I'm talking about. Because I'm going to pull the audio up. Jesse Jackson came to Cincinnati. What was it, early this year or late last year? He did a 15-minute protest at the site before it was completely, finished like it is now. He urged people not to shop at Kroger. He didn't tell us where to shop at. He didn't leave any money. There was no endowments. There was no nothing. He just said, don't do it. So I'm just reminding you, before you go down there and spend your money, you're betraying black people vis-a-vis a great civil rights leader, Jesse Jackson. You see, Daniela writes, for the record, my comments about Gabe graduated from Harvard, he could have said UC Law or anywhere else. My comments remain the same. Who gives a F? What's your white? What is your why? What is your why? Question mark. Gone are the days where we throw out credentials and say, vote for me. Graduating from law school and passing a bar is a given. Now what? What are you going to do as prosecutor? What have you done as an assistant prosecutor in New York that qualifies you to come to our county and lead the largest law firm in our town? And have us place our criminal justice system in your hands, period. She going off. She feels very... yes, I got you. I got everybody. I'll take them all in order when I get in there. All fair questions, all very real questions that need to be answered. Sister V writes, Iris, we want anybody other than the current prosecutor. CG Dub writes, what church event would be going on at what used to be Celebrities? Oh, I didn't know that's where it's Celebrities. See here. I think I've got it. Ray says she's got to be out. Deborah writes, I had a friend of mine lives across the street from the new Kroger's. I will have to ask about it, but I told her, you know, your rent is going to skyrocket up again. Oh, hell yeah. Of course. How could your rent not go up when you got a Kroger store? Like that building that Coffee Emporium is in right now has a lot of units. People live above that. Now they got a Kroger store right around. I mean, that Kroger store being down there, man. All the people downtown, boom. Northern Kentucky even. If you want to go to the new Kentucky, the new Kroger store, you can do it over there. So it's going to feed a lot of people. All I'm saying is whatever innovations they put there, put them at all the Kroger stores. I don't want that to be the Warner Hills of Kroger stores. The Warner Hills High School of Kroger stores, where we just accept that it's separate and unequal, but they got great ACT scores, or vis-a-vis they got great organic food section, so we just going to say it's okay for it to just be in one location. No, it should be everywhere. She says, Diana writes, she wants the new prosecutor to hold cops accountable. Tracy writes, Jesse Jackson should be at this opening asking about Warner Hills and Roseline. Good point. Good point. Yeah, if you live downtown, it's going to be great. It's going to be great for you. But again, this is the final horseman. This is the final horseman of of not the apocalypse, but this is the final horseman, the biblical sign that the gentrification is complete in OTR. They moved Smitty's. You knew when they moved Smitty's, it was going to be a problem. So it is what it is. TNT writes, the prosecutor is supposed to be a minister of justice. So what I'm looking for is someone who delivers justice against those who need it, as well as mercy when it is needed. Prosecutor who is not afraid to prosecute police and a prosecutor who works full time. Diana writes, we got to say more than just out Dieters. We have to look at the problems with Dieters and ask the new candidates to explain what they will do differently than the dumb ish that we've been getting. What's their vision and plan for the office? And, we both on the same wavelength, because the first question that I asked Gabe Davis, you can go back and watch the Facebook live feed, is what'll be different? What's the difference between you and, Hamilton County Joe Dieters? And I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember everything that he said. I'm going to have to go back and look at it myself. I'll even take Black Lion over Dieters. Now you tripping. Black Lion as prosecutor? That's a hell of a what if, man. I can't even speculate. Listen, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Jocelyn from Queens Village, Cincinnati. Thank you to all the callers that called in. Appreciate it. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8 a.m. all this week. And it's gonna be very interesting next couple of weeks. It's gonna be very interesting. Okay, keep your eyes on my social media and my Facebook page in particular to get updates on whatever is going on. And we'll talk real soon. Have an excellent day, choppers. Remember, winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. So stay focused, stay winning, and, we'll talk real soon. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Have a great day, and I'm out.